you said you went through a breakup, and then you said that something along the lines of you weren't being a very nice person or you didn't like who you'd become. What do you
Yeah.
think caused that, and what was going on then?
The lack of God in my life.
The lack of
God.
God.
Yeah.
That's a bit
Yeah.
odd. Okay, cool. Right. Tell me, because that was one of the questions that you sent over. You said, how does something along, someone said, how does your faith impact Elizabeth? So let's go. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay. So I want to get into this. Okay. Did you go to, or go really, let's go granular. Did you go to like a religious school or anything?
Not,
Like a, no.
not even, not even, I'll tell you the story. Family has always been religious. Family's always been religious. But obviously when you go through that teenage years, you drawn away from God because you don't, it's not like you don't believe in him or anything of that sort. It's just like, it's not, it's not like, it's not what's the
Not
word I'm looking
cool.
for? Important? No, not even cool. It's just not important to you at that time. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't resonate with what you go through. It doesn't resonate like, with kind of your long term vision or goal because at 14, 15, 16, you probably don't have a long term goal. If I'm going to be honest, because that's just the way it is, really. But then it's just like, as I've, went through that breakup, it just, I was like, right, I need to become better in every way, shape, or form. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really do because I wasn't a nice person. Like I wasn't eating healthy, I wasn't training, I wasn't going to the gym, I wasn't running. I was very nasty to people around me. I was always angry. I was lost, put it that way. Like I was so lost at that moment in time. But then obviously family support system, having this bigger purpose that I have now, and then also going through all that pain and suffering of running every single day. Like that's kind of, I don't want to say suppressed, but it helped like me grow as a person, as an individual. And, obviously it's like, it's not that perfect, obviously. Like, I'm not perfect, but, I'm always going to try and consistently improve and just be ultimately better in every way than I was before. And I've definitely done that for sure. But, now it's just like, I see, I see someone else in the future that I want to become, which is someone that is even more dedicated than I am right now, have an even bigger purpose and goal and mission in life, and is help as many people as possible during that mission, and just be like really dialed on not even the outcome, but the input that I need to do to achieve whatever outcome I want to achieve. Like, don't focus on the outcome, though. Focus on the inputs I can do to reach that outcome because it just changes your entire perspective. You start to actually enjoy what you're doing instead of just like grindlessly hoping and hoping this will, like, these inputs that you're doing is going to work out to achieve this outcome. It's like, stop focusing on that. Focus on the inputs, enjoy the inputs, get better every single day, and become the best person that you can be with these inputs, whether that's fitness, eating well, lifestyle, friends, relationships, money, business, whatever it may be. But it's the same thing over and over again, no matter what aspect in life, if that makes sense. And God,
Yeah.
like going through all those hard times, God has been a pillar for everything I've ever done. And I talked about
Mm.
this in our video too, if anyone watching it wants to go watch that. But it's just kind of talking about how you have God in your life and how you deal with certain things, whether it's like, being judged, getting hated on. It could be literally anything in business as well. Like, how do you actually, deal with money? Is money bad? All these kind of things, all these things that people say. But, you know, yeah, just to go back to it, God has literally transformed my life in the best way possible. Like, well, I wouldn't be here without him.
That's yeah. That's very powerful. There's a lot to go into there. So the first thing that I'll say is I thought, well, you're absolutely spot on when you said if you don't enjoy the journey, then you're going to struggle because the that moment of achievement is an exceptionally fleeting and temporary sensation that if you sort of hang your hat and pin your hopes on acquiring that and experiencing that sensation, you're going to be left disappointed and disheartened because as much as it may be intense, it's going to be transient and it's going to disappear quite quickly. So you have to cultivate or pick a goal that will allow you to enjoy the graft and the minutiae detail. You don't have to enjoy all of it. You probably shouldn't enjoy all of it because maybe it's well, I don't actually think it's possible to do anything in life that you enjoy the entire sort of
Process.
landscape or spectrum or process. Yeah, I think there's always going to be, even if it's 1 or 2%, there's always going to be something that isn't as desirable. So I thought that was really interesting that you reached that conclusion. And the second thing that I'd like to go into a bit more is when you were talking about how you felt angry. Was that before or after the breakup? Was the breakup quite a catalyst in you experiencing?
I've always like been angry. Like I'm ginger, I'm Irish. Like it's gonna happen, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Typical
yeah.
stereotype. But no, like when I was younger, yeah, I was a very angry kid, yeah. I was when I was younger. And obviously like
Mm.
growing up I'm not even angry anymore half the time. Like I don't let anything bother me now. And that's like that shows for the growth that has happened in my life. It's just like anything that
Absolutely.
happens now really in my life that's good, bad, um, or has made me frustrated in any way, shape, or form. I really just try and pray. Like I'll just give myself, 30 seconds and just pray something and just ask for clarity in my mind and peace and calm in my heart. And usually that is a trick.
Yeah, praying is such an interesting sort of phenomenon.